as Jason mentioned, I'm pretty good at this. This is my 7th time on stage, period. And when I first started doing it, thank you. When I first started doing it, I would do everything I could in my power to kind of get ready for it. I'd use a wire whisk for a microphone and a broom for a mic stand. And I'd stand in front of my computer and I'd practice and I'd read and I'd practice. And one day my son-in-law walked in on me and just looking at porn. Just looking at porn. So I'm newly into dating, as you can imagine. I met this girl online. It was going really well. She used to like to Google my Twitter until I tweeted on her Facebook. She had a very liberal, open backdoor policy. I know. So I went to the Renaissance Fair this last weekend. I spent all day trying to get my nut off, but I couldn't find the right size wench. I get that I'm not 18 anymore, I get that. Now when I have sex 4 or 5 times in a night, nothing comes out when I finish, other than how inadequate I am as a man, a mother, and a provider. But it's not all about the sex for me. I'm looking for somebody who can cook and clean too. No, growing's good. And I'm at the age where you tell a joke and the young girls kind of giggle. You remind me of my dad. It's the kind of compliment that just pisses you off. You remind me of that girl with all the twerking, Missy. And have you seen the online dating services? They're everywhere. There's farmersonly.com. City folk just don't get it. Is it the sheep we don't get? Because I'm okay with that. And then eHarmony, #1 in enduring relationships. You endure a root canal. You endure a rectal exam. You shouldn't have to endure a relationship. Unless somebody's dating my ex-wife out there. Yeah. Okay. And my favorite is eHarmony.com. Find God's perfect match. So God's outsourcing now? There's some guy in India going, just fuck her, it's God's will. Yeah. I've been looking into HGH, or human growth hormone, or as most of you know it by its street name, Viagra. I don't need it yet, I know, but God willing, someday I'll need a 4-hour heart on it, I just want to be ready. Have you seen the side effects? They're crazy. Runny nose, upset stomach, vision changes, shortness of breath, irregular heartbeat, fainting, and memory loss. You throw in some crying, and that pretty much sounds like all the sex I've ever had anyway. So. Oh, and memory loss. But the big one has to be, if you have an erection that lasts 4 hours or more, please contact your physician. I'm contacting everybody I know. I'm calling my girlfriends. Hey, Diane, it's me, Bob. Bob Delaney. We dated for 3 years. Yes, the rash is gone, thank you. Hey, remember when we broke up and you said that I was egotistical and self-centered? Well, guess what I can do now? Hello. So, anybody ever wonder what a tie's for? Like an extension of the bib, maybe to cover the buttons? Turns out it's a phallic symbol. When I heard that, I started wearing my ties down to Any Walking Dead fans out there?
Yeah.
Awesome season. It's went so well for them, they're talking about bringing a spin-off show up here in the LA area. The working titles are West Coast Walkers, Long Beach Biters, or the Lakers. Thank you. I have a half-brother or a half-sister, or most of you would call a transvestite. I taught my cat George Spanish. Jorge can now ignore me in 2 languages. 116-year-old woman, the oldest living person on the planet, gave away her secrets to long life recently. They were, somebody might want to write this down, but they were eating and sleeping. My ex-wife is never going to die. I mean, who needs Obamacare? Just have a sandwich and take a nap. I've read this article, well, I saw this banner online. It was how a couple lost 500 pounds together. So I click on it. Turns out one just killed the other over a Klondike bar. I see this other article, it's about Jesus. And, well, turns out they found this scroll or something to prove that Jesus was in fact Mary. Man, that guy really did suffer for us. Take out the garbage, Mr. Walk on Water. Carpenter schmarpenter, get a real job. That's your 5th glass of water tonight. Yes, I know who your father is. She sounds a little Jewish, right? But think about it, back then, pretty much all that Jesus had to work with was Jews and heathens, kind of like New York in the spring. I know, but come on. So can you imagine what the prenup was like? I want nothing for myself. You can have the frankincense and myrrh. I have no idea what that even is, for Dad's sake. But I insist that the meek shall inherit the earth. Oh, and the gold. Side note, that's kind of how wedding things were invented. In the first day, so Jesus, tell me about yourself. Well, I enjoy long walks on the water. And hope someday people will gather together, put loose change in a plate, and tell my stories. Tell me about your parents. Well, that's complicated. Okay. I'm some sort of biblical artificial insemination. My mom, Mary, had a real hard time convincing my stepdad, Joseph, that that was even a thing. Hey, sorry about that I'm the son of God rant from earlier. Can I stone tablet you tomorrow? Thank you.